me. If to make it like if you really love me, bring your soul to me. I'm numb, can't feel a thing. I'm dumb, but not the type that you think. I'm throwing my caffeine, the devil is laughing. Cause I close to the real while the train is passing.
What's up, y'all? My name is Steven Vanderzwet. I'm a music producer from Silver Spring, Maryland.
I'm Baily Sample from Billings, Montana, and we're breaking down Dopamine by Ffawty with Rap Chronic.
Cause I close to the real while the train is passing. Body, mind, power. Hey, full of street pills.
Bailey and I connected like through Instagram and was just like sending a bunch of loops for like a couple months. And I had done like a 12-hour work day, and I came home and I think I made like 8 loops and I sent it to him, and it was like 2 in the morning or something. And the final loop that I did was Dopamine. It was, just the Rhodes, the guitar, some vocal. I was kind of burnt from creating stuff, but I still like pushed myself to make something, and I did like 5 or 6 loops, 7 loops or something, and then like the last one was this one. And my headspace has always been like, what can I do to make something that people would want to replay over and over, that would give them kind of like a euphoric feel, like just easy to listen to and kind of make you think about your day. And because that's what I was doing, I was just like thinking about my day, and I just wanted to kind of get in the right headspace of kind of levitating and the euphoric feel. And I just kind of broke down some Rhodes piano and a little guitar and a vocal chop, and I just kind of got on the right vibe in the crib, and it kind of just came together perfectly for what I was feeling in the moment. And I did it at like 3 in the morning and went to bed and thought nothing of it. And I woke up the next day to a text, and he had laid drums over it, and we had a song done.
Yeah, it was March 23rd. I bounced it at 1:50 in the morning.
There we go.
Yeah, 1:50 in the morning. Zen 2, so I probably asked you for loops late in the night. But yeah, we're at a new era that night, and I just had to hit Steve, ask for loops. And I was just kind of cooking on the spot because we had been through a bunch of beats already through the day, and I was reporting Ffawty. I'd probably already been in the studio for a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days, moving different studios here in Miami. And me and Ffawty probably had already done 3 or 4 songs that day. It was getting late, and we had done a lot of songs, so we knew we wanted to make something and kind of just start fresh or something. So I went through my text with Steve and like play some loops, and I heard this one, and it was like he said, euphoric, and it just kind of made me want to lay back and vibe. And then it was 126 BPM, his original loop, and then I knew I wanted to do something in the 160 range just because I had been on that wave, so I just stretched the loop, made it 166 instead of 126. And I wanted to just do some different drums. Like, I didn't want to add too much to the loop because it already felt really spacey and nice. So I just added like a snap, 2 shakers, a clave, a percussion sound, and bass. And it just like kind of rested the work. And Ffawty was in the room with me while I was making it. So it was like a little bit of just like, he was like, yeah, it's cool. That tempo is nice. And then as soon as he said it was good, I was just like, all right, like I'm not going to add anything else. Like, I'm all done now. So just bounced the loop, and then, or not bounced the loop, bounced the beat all together and took it into Pro Tools, and we recorded Dopamine that night. New era.
I'm dumb, but not the type that you think. I'm throwing my caffeine, the devil is laughing. Cause I close to the real while the train is passing. This life everlasting, legendary. Baby, just close your eyes when you see this shit getting scary. I am the Lord for an angel and get a fairy. This is the stress I win or lose, we ain't finding fairly. Hurry up. Why you taking your time? When you bring me back your head, I need a curry up.
I'm big on electric piano and just piano in general. I just love like Rhodes, just how soft, and I don't know how it makes me and other people feel. So I started with like a Rhodes patch. I just played a couple chords and just kind of down tempoed it and just made it smooth and a nice transition vibe there. And you can hear it in the loop, right? But from there, I actually went and recorded a little guitar strum, which I then like would EQ and add like reverb on it just to make it kind of feel distant, almost like you're like listening to it kind of in an alley and there's just natural reverb around. And then from there, just added like a vocal chop, just a couple female vocals, and same thing, just EQ, right? Take off the low end, take off a little bit of high end, and just reverb. I think reverb is like a big part of how I get my stuff done, and just giving that spacey feel, that levitating feel. So I'll play it for you. All right, the down tempo, the guitar, and then some additional piano on top there at the end.
Then this little breakdown, right? I dropped in a little breakdown with just the vocal and the guitar, I believe, right here.
Everything has reverb on it. I mean, there's pretty much no sound in the loop itself that doesn't have reverb, and it all just, sometimes reverb can be too much, but for this one in particular, I don't know, it just hit perfect. I think everything kind of collides and it's intertwined pretty well with one another. And so it was a pretty quick one, actually. I did this in like maybe like 10 to 12 minutes. It was pretty simple, pretty quick, and I just shipped it off.
I do the same night, right? Yeah. And then I after I sped the loop up from 126 to 166 BPM, I just I added these drums for the bass. Really simple, like there's not a lot of drums. I'll put on a click so you can hear. Like really not much at all. And then the bass I feel like the bass really highlights the track. It kind of gives it another melody to add on top of Steve's really great loop. Here's the bass with the drums as well.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's so simple. There's
that was really it. Just bounce it. Like I said, as soon as Ffawty said it was good, I was like, all right, bounce it and pull it right into Pro Tools. But altogether, this is how we made Dopamine right here.
Yeah, I mean, I as soon as I got the song and I listened to it in my car on the way to work, it brought me to a place where the lyrics and the way it was spoken and the delivery was exactly what the beat itself needed. But then, you know, when we were in the process and we knew that it was going to come out and we knew that he was filming to it and we knew that it was for sure going to be his next drop, I was so amped up. I was waiting on it. And then when it finally came out, the video itself like took off. It really did well. and we're talking a year and a half ago, basically, you know, from how long it's been out. And the comments were so crazy to see. Like, it was really my first like throw. It was the first time that my sound had been thrown to the public on such a wide scale and allowed so many people to see it from so many different backgrounds, people that go through certain things in their life and are dealing with things. And I remember reading some of the stuff while sitting at my desk at work, and it was just insane. People that were talking about, this is a vibe, drop more like this, you know, Ffawty different, production is different on this one, keep going, you know, stuff like that. It showed me that, you know, the 10 years that I've been making music, that I'm on the right path. Like, you get these little hints, these little presents in life that just kind of let you know that you're doing the right thing, that you're trusting your gut, you're trusting your sound, you're sticking true to what you feel is right for your sound. Even if 500,000 other artists aren't rocking with it, there's that one person that's going to deliver the right thing on it. And that was, at this moment, it was Ffawty, and that came through, you know, to the connection with Baily. And so I got, like, reading the comments, it really brought me to a place where I was like emotional at a certain point. And I remember when I got the final master, Baily had sent me the final master to Dopamine when we had like all the reverb and the delay on the vocals and like the proper EQ and the spacing, the panning of it as well. I listened to it in the car, and it actually brought me to tears, because it was you do music for so long and you try to do the right thing for so long, and you finally get a product that you've just been waiting on as a producer, as an artist, as an engineer. And I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that. Like, it just brought me to such a state where I could, one, relate to the song. People go through anxiety and depression and substance abuse and grief, loss, you know, triumph and failure and all these things. And I don't know, it really connected with me, and I knew that we had something special. I think like the impact on YouTube, I think it's at like 140,000 like plays, and Spotify is like, I think up near like 20,000, and Apple Music, I think a bit more. So it's just, for me, it was crazy, because I've just been like making a lot of beats back home and trying to get the sound out there. And this was something that it hit hard to a lot of people. And reading the comments, you know, people were asking me for beats in the comments. Like, I commented like produced by me and Baily, and yeah, people were just rocking with me from there. So it was a nice little throw into the fire, I think. It was a really good start for me. So I don't know, it was just, it got me a lot of happiness, and I felt super accomplished with what we had done that night. It was pretty amazing.
To me, it seemed like abnormal in like a good way, because I was just having a good time making it, like hanging out XYZ, because we had already made so much stuff. So like I was out of inspiration in a way. But sometimes, you know, when you feel like that, you're just gonna, like, I'll be really uninspired, and then I'll go, well, I'm gonna just make a beat anyway, or I'm gonna like go dig up a loop, or like find some old loop I did and flip it. Which in this case, I just like went to like Artext or whatever, because I had hit you up earlier, and that's kind of like what gave me a little bit of inspo to like start making this, because me and Ffawty just wanted to cook up something like fresh, you know.
They wasn't worried about the knives, them in my bar. Yes, I'm an instrument to war. All this dope in me, I know I won't have dopamine tomorrow. Just have your hope in me. They say the room cold, but it ain't cold to me. Hit them and get like, if you really love me, bring it soul to me. I'm numb, can't feel a thing. I'm dumb, but not the type that you think. I'm throwing my caffeine, the devil is laughing, 'cause I close to the real while the train is passing.
Yo, my name is Baily Sample.
I'm Steven Vanderzwet. Thank you guys for being part of the breakdown of Dopamine by Ffawty with Rap Chronic.